So in this video, we'll be talking about something a little bit different. I'll be talking about how I pretty much give kind of like a direction of a build for GS SPEAR towards a viewer of mine on twitch.tv/jehu1. So I pretty much stream a couple of times. Just follow, and if you got any question, just ask me there when I was streaming. So yeah, but pretty much in this video, we'll be just talking about like how I pretty much give him an advice and what's the build direction towards his kind of direction on how to build the GS Spear for what kind of items do you have. So I thought it might be an interesting POV to show you guys. And yeah, just enjoy the video. We're gonna put the GOAT himself, the guy who was famous on Reddit for a day. New player that spends 100k Lucent. Yo, what's up, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
All right.
How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Yo, your English is pretty good. Like,
I mean, it's decent, but my accent is not the best, and my pronunciation maybe it's a little bit off. But
okay. All right. So there is a couple of questions that I want to ask you before we like try fixing the build and all that.
all right.
So first, do you want your build to be like more sustainable, or do you want it to be like more like DPS-ish type of build?
That's kind of hard. I've been playing for like 2 weeks, maybe 3, and what I've seen with the Shadow Dancer is that I've been dying a lot and really quick.
Yeah.
So I wanna be a little bit more tanky, but I've seen some clips of people with this like kind of build, like with the spear and great sword, that they kill and they have a lot of HP because they have a healer and all that, but they can really tank too and do a lot of damage and CC too.
Yeah, it's definitely you survive way more with GS Spear compared to like Shadow Dancers, but Shadow Dancers do have more damage. But the problem is right now people are running melee evasion, like so you tend to miss a lot if you don't have like the proper hit build. So it just really depends on like how do you want to play it. So there's two kinds of build that I would suggest if you're running like full hit. The other one is one with the expensive cloak, and the other one is the one with the legendary cloak. Legendary cloak gives you more skill damage rest that synergizes with endurance. So, and the other one, the one that you showed me earlier, the one you sent me through Discord, was pretty much the skill damage boost one. You're pretty much gonna be shredding a lot faster, but you die slightly quicker, but not that quick to the point where like a healer can't like heal you from a lot of stuffs.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more of DPS because I mean I'm in the quest log, sorry, and I see that with the build that I send you, I have like around 2400 and 2300 endurance in melee range and magic. So it's a little bit tanky.
So yeah, the goal is pretty much you want to help, especially if you're running 4-piece Vanguard, you might want to have around, that one is a more offensive option, the one that you sent me, because it has more like skill damage boost, less skill damage resistance. So the way skill damage res works in this game is pretty much like the most broken stat in terms of like negating damage. So skill damage res is like, if you have basically every 10 points that you have against your opponent, it's a 1% damage decrease overall, like straight up. No matter if you crit, no matter if you like the heavy attack or something, it's just 1% instantly gone. But then it's the same with any other stat in this game. It pretty much gonna have like what do you call that? Diminishing return. Like the more you have it, the less effective it becomes. But the problem with the good thing with skill damage rest is you can't really stack this number. This number can only comes from 2 items, like the one that I know right now. Gear wise, you can only have it from belt, the girdle of Treant belt, which is the Cordy belt. That's like around like that's kind of expensive. And then the other one is from the cape, which is the legendary cape. That's why a lot of people have been running the legendary cape, because That's the only place where you can get skill damage res.
And how much is like a good number on skill damage rest?
A good number of skill damage res is usually, as of this meta, because people are not fully geared yet, right? A lot of people are kind of like in the middle. Like right now, they're not even like level. They're not even close to leveling up their cloak yet. But as of right now, people are running maybe around like 500, like 400 to 500. It depends on what kind of like DPS are they. If they're like a tank, they tend to have more. If they are like a DPS, they tend to have less. So yeah.
Okay.
But right now, like as for my build, I have it a lot more higher because that's what I'm focusing on. But this is the one that I'm running is like experimental build. Like I wouldn't suggest any new player to be running the build that I'm running because I don't think it's even gonna be worth it. I'm just throwing my resources basically at it. But the build that I'm trying to like ask you that you want is pretty much between that cloak, because one is using the legendary cloak, and one is using the Delis Noir cloak with chest piece legendary, which gives you more heavy attack in general.
Yeah, look, can I stream you on Discord?
Yeah. Streamers.
Okay, look. This is I'm gonna stream my screen. Look, this is the build that I'm following. I changed the bracelet and the ring. These two.
Okay.
And with all of that, it comes to 451 and 500 resistance.
Yeah, the resistance is gonna be a little less. Usually, endgame build, like if you take a look at some other builds, like the try to take a look at the below one, the free to play 4-piece Vanguard. If you go to builds on the left side, like go to the left side, go about a little bit like lower. Yep.
This one?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, that one. That has probably more skill damage res.
what?
Is it skill damage res?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it has
Like
609
50
on
more.
that one. Yeah. But there on the Lulu 4-piece Vanguard, it has usually it's gonna have a little less. It has a little more because on the Lulu one you have the belt, you have the expensive belt, which is the ideal one. That one gives like 100 something skill damage res. So it's still doable.
113.
Yeah, it's still doable definitely. But yeah, it just depends on your preferences. Like this one is more of an offensive route. There will be a couple of tweaks because on this one, the Lulu 4-piece Vanguard, it was meant for a user to play the Lisnoa Spear with some ordinary greatsword, not Cordy. But since you have Cordy, I might need to make some adjustment to it because Cordy as a greatsword is really good. That's the gist of it. Like
yeah, that's what I asked because I saw with the stats, it's the same max damage, but the mean damage is way lower with the heroic spear.
Oh yeah, so
like 100. It's way lower.
All right, so the way you want to see like min or max damage, go to the right side and scroll up. Okay, so that's where you see the min and max damage, the actual min and max damage. If you take a look at the top there, like like the big number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the actual way for you to compare like the actual like min and max damage. So if you see it on this Deluz Noah one, it has a lot, right? Min and max damage is quite a lot. If you take a look at the free to play 4-piece Vanguard one, it's gonna be a little higher too, but that's because it's a legendary spear. Like we're comparing a legendary spear to a T2 Archboss spear. So Delos Noah is kind of up there, like number wise. So that's why the reason why I don't want you to rush your legendary gear is because Delos Noah and Cordy are kind of close to legendary gear. So unless you have like a level 12 legendary gear, I don't think you want to transfer it yet.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I'm trying to tell you right now. So if you're asking about like the build that you want to go for, since leveling legendary is gonna take like a real while, the meta might change too by the time you finish your like resources to upgrade to legendary. Because as of right now, you can't really pay to win Chaos Prisms.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say just save your Chaos Prisms. I would say in your case, it might be better to just level up the armor first, because you have the two of the best archboss weapon in terms of in game for Gladiator. So you might wanna go for the armor first, because the armor have a bigger difference compared to like the weapons.
It's a lot of stats for armor. Yeah.
So it just depends. And then again, like I can make some alternation build, because right now, like the moment you switch this greatsword off to Cordy, it's gonna be a little different. Because the moment you switch it to Cordy, it's like the stat is gonna be a little cooked up.
Yeah, because there's a lot of strength here and not a lot of fortitude, right?
Yeah. So I'll share my Discord stream so we can do some, what do you call that? Quest log builds.
Okay.
And then I'll ask you on it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I think I might be streaming the wrong screen. Hold on. Screen. Can you see it right now?
Yeah. I can see it.
So I need to make a new template for this. I can just use this one, actually, one of the NCSoft one. All right, so yours, because I never did a build with Cordy, so that's one of the thing that you might miss, because usually Cordy people don't really get them, so I don't really make a build for it. And then for Archers one, I usually just make I usually make Devon because like I have it, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's try to see what kind of build can we come up with just one legendary armor, because you don't want to think too far ahead to the point where like you need to build your legendary weapon, because like I said, it's not really worth to get to legendary weapon, especially if you have these two. Because basically, Delos Noah is kind of like a legendary spear, if you think about it, because it gives you like a lot of stats. Yes, you're missing like the 290 crit, 290 hit, like that kind of thing, but you're not gonna reach 290 up until like if you have like enough resources, like enough unlock stone to like perfect the heroic traits, pretty much, which gonna cost a lot. I think people people are gonna be there in like
2 months, maybe 3 months.
I would say 4, because you need to do your armor to like people are struggling right now to just finish their weapon, because right now it's still at +7. Like if the moment they push up +9, like 9 to 10 is a lot, 10 to 11 is a lot, 11 to 12 is pretty much like starting 1 to 12 again, like 1 to 11. It's so much resources. It's gonna take so much time. Every single week they're only be getting like 10 growth stones. So maybe. I wouldn't really recommend like for you to actually go legendary, in my opinion. But if you want it, if you do want it, you can do it. But remember,
I can wait. I mean, you have a good point. I have 2 pretty good weapons as a base.
Yeah.
So going for the armor piece is way better.
Yeah, like the moment you extract your archboss, there's no going back, because that's it. Like the moment you extract it, that weapon is gone. Like if you fuck up there and there, it's like you're wasting. You're basically missing so much loot. It's kind of like, and then like if you figure out the game along the way, you figure out how it feels and how to play and like which one you prefer, like playstyle wise, then you might have a better grasp of it. That's why like I don't want you to rush your legendary gear as soon as like too soon, pretty much. Yeah. So let's try to do the Calinthia cloak one, because since you have it too, I want to see how good the build's gonna feel like. And then I think like what I would recommend, since you have Cordy too, just run full hit. I think you can run full hit with a little bit of crit. Because
yeah, that's it. Yeah, pretty much.
you're gonna be having like, especially if you felt bad missing as a Shadow Dancer.
Challenge. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Then if you felt too much missing, then I think playing hit is a fresh breath of air to like way of playing it, kind of thing.
Okay.
So let's see it. Let's do Calinthia Cloak with Vanguard Armor, Vanguard Boots, and Crown Skull of Victory. Here.
起きろ。
Okay, so there's another trick too in this game. People be having too much health, but they don't really have like an actual defense. So that's usually a problem if you have like, especially if you have friends to play with. Having too much health is actually not ideal, because the more health you have, the more the healer gotta heal for you, pretty much, and then the less effective HP you usually have. So it may seem like they have a lot of HP, but if that's not like a good effective HP, then it's pretty much useless to have that much
起
HP.
きろ。
So like if you usually see like a lot of my builds pretty much run somewhere less than 30k HP depending on the build, but that's because of those reasons, because the effective HP is so much higher to the point where like some of this stat is actually more worth than having like a max health. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
okay.
effective HP in this game is kind of like, it's kind of hard to count pretty much. I would say, did you, by any chance, did you trade your Archboss yet or not?
Yeah, the first one. I mean, the Delu is already trait.
Okay,
Then
the
a little bit. I have
Okay.
crit chance, heavy attack, and hit chance.
crit, heavy, and hit on the Lulu.
Yeah, and
Okay.
in the Cordy, I have heavy and hit chance.
Heavy and hit. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So I think on your Cordy, you might want to go attack speed, because you need at least one of the weapon to go attack speed.
I was thinking in changing the Delu to the crit to attack speed, but
yeah, we can think about it later. But right now, since you have an empty slot anyway on Cordy, you might want to be you might want to prio that first before anything else.
oh, okay.
So necklace wise, okay, necklace is kind of tricky because Barbaric Rage, you just need to farm Nebula in order to get it, and I know you haven't have it yet. Since, if I'm not mistaken, correct. Like if I made a mistake, correct me though. But from what I see, I think you don't have the Barbaric Rage yet, right?
No.
Okay. So what I would suggest, you have the Fortified Pendant of Divine Tree Roots anyway. So just use this for now, because this is one of the best one for hit Gladiator as well. It gives you mana cost efficiency, which you need, mana regen, which you kind of need, hit, and perception, like a lot of perceptions. So this build will not be having like a perception problem. That's a good thing. And then earrings wise, let me just adjust to your earrings too. Okay, synergy for this, you wanna just run the hit and crit. Not gonna lie. Depending on how short are we on fortitude, but if we don't want to push that much fortitude, then you can just run the hit and crit synergy. Rune wise, always get hit. Endurance we can always adjust, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so for this one, resistance. I don't know how familiar you are with resistance, but pretty much for Gladiator, if someone ever told you to build collision resist, it's useless. Don't build collision resist. Trust me on that. It's a useless stat. Reason is because tank run too much collision chance, and if you do want to run like a lot of collision resist, you end up not having like damage or survivability at all. And then even if you do, they can still pull you because they have some collision buffs that they can like proc. So you're not gonna be escaping tank's hooks anyway. If the only way you escape it is by running melee evasion, but that's like a whole different build, and I wouldn't really recommend melee evasion because the sheer amount of damage is kind of low, unless you're doing like a competitive war game, like a tournament coming up or things like that, which requires you to be on a stone and you can't get like pulled. that's the only niche case where it's actually viable.
Oh, okay.
So if you're just like playing with your friends and just having fun, I would say the endurance build is like the way to go, because evasion just do too little of damage, and it's just not satisfied. Like I run melee evasion on tournaments, but that's just because like the people are like the meta are like different back then. But now
Okay.
like for my everyday thing, I really don't want to run like what do you call that? Melee evasion, yeah. So pretty much endurance is the way to go. For belt, let's see what you have. Okay, hold on. Forgot what was your belt again? The one that you have?
It's Nymph Coil. That's the
Oh, you have
one I
the
have.
melee evasion one, right? That's the melee
Yeah.
evasion one. Okay, you might want to change that one, but
I would change it. Yeah.
I know you will change it, because right now you just probably put it because you're currently are still like new into the game. So
Yeah. Also, I mean, I'm still leveling up my old armor so I can sync with the new set, with the Vanguard set.
the old armor. Okay, you have it.
Yeah. I have like a 2 piece of Imperial and what's
Okay, I
your
see. I see.
piece?
Oh right, yeah. You said you were Shadow Dancer before, right?
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine. You can use the you can always use Imperial for PvE. In the end of the day, if you want to do raids, you can't run Vanguard for raids because it deals too little damage. Because
Okay.
Vanguard just usually have like a lot of like base, which is minimum damage. You have a lot of minimum damage with Vanguard, but the problem is you don't really want to run min damage for PvE because the enemy don't really have endurance, right? So you
Yep.
want to run like full on like max damage. That's pretty much the reason why Vanguard
Okay.
is not the best. And then crit damage is just a really good stat in PvE because you can crit the PvE mobs quite often, even without that many crit chance. So you wanna like always skill crit damage because crit damage is essentially it's just like a damage boost pretty much.
Okay.
And then as of right now, since you have Cordy, for runes, I would really suggest you to run skill damage boost. I don't know if you have that currently. I know you're gonna be like the level is gonna be really low even if you have it, because these runes you don't really like hit it often. But if you do have it, just run skill damage boost. Trust me, it's gonna be good. Even though your hit, like, it's gonna look a little bit lower, the amount of hit you got, but the number, like the skill damage boost, is gonna like impact it quite a lot. Because with Cordy, you essentially have like infinity hit pretty much.
Okay.
That's the general base with Cordy. But you don't want to drop your hit too much to the point where the Cordy can't fill the gap. You know what I mean?
起きろ。
Yep.
All right. And then bracelet wise, let's see what kind of bracelet you have.
Golden cuffs.
Oh, you
起き
have
ろ。
golden cuffs right now. Okay, golden cuffs is pretty
Yeah.
good too. So let's see. Golden cuffs right here. Okay, golden cuffs gives you hit and heavy. So this is a more offensive way to do it. If you feel like you need more like defense wise, go Bangle of the Clear Knights. These two are pretty much are kind of the same. It really depends. You want to go more offensive, golden. You want to go more defensive, Clear Knight. So
Okay.
but your
I
end
will go
game,
Clear Knight. Yeah.
your end game should always be, especially if you have Cordy. I think your end game should be Cuffs of the Tormentor. This is really good. It gives you
Okay.
so much stat. Strength and Perception is basically the recipe for base damage. So you're gonna be having like much like a higher base damage with it, and the amount of crit and
Okay.
heavy is actually pretty decent too on it. So that might be like a really a decent build if you want to go for it. Belt wise, I would say since you don't have anything right now, you're gonna be getting Hero of Legacy Warblade kind of easily. You can get it from a Nebula. You can get it from like a lot of stuff really. So just go for your Legacy Warblade because it gives you attack speed, which you kind of want. because these two weapons, the downside of these two weapons are they are kind of slow. That's the downside of these two weapons.
Yep.
Archboss in general, every single archboss are slow. So pretty much every time you have an archboss, you kind of want to build attack speed around it.
Okay.
So that's my opinion on it. And then for traits, you always want to go hit, and then heavy on this. Side or back doesn't really matter anyway. I think side is more like it's better because there's more side than back, because there's only like one direction on back, two direction on side. So you might want to go side heavy attack for it.
Okay.
So the reason why I put collision chance a lot on this weapon is because of the Lulu. So some people do run 1000 collision res. Usually, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I've noticed some people do run it. So in order for you to actually make full use of the Deluxe Noah, you actually want to put collision chance on the a lot of the traits that you can find. That's
Yeah,
why
I seen
Okay.
it's a lot of healers putting collision res, and I
Yeah.
can do anything to them.
Yeah, so the more collision chance you have, the more chance you're gonna be able to push them. Like pushing healers is gonna be huge in this build because it can isolate healers and DPS, and then or you can like isolate the DPS. You can carry the DPS away and then like burst them with Cordy. It's so much like of a blast to do it. So, how about rings? Do you have any rings with you at all or not?
I have the Black Anvil and the
Solitaire, right?
Solitary of Purity. Yeah.
Okay, those two are good. Either way, so right now for this build, we're sitting at this number.
But
So we're sitting at 29, and we're sitting at 2K for 2K for endurance. But this is before any of the artifacts, because the artifacts right now are kind of crooked, the one that I have right now. Let's adjust some artifacts. So artifacts wise, you want a Grid Seeker over here, like on the Solar Stone, because it's pretty much gonna give you like every time you got collisioned, you click like space or shift depending on your key. It's gonna makes you like stand up again. So this is just like if you do run endurance, this is just like the best one to run on Solar Stones. Nothing come even close to this.
Okay.
And then if you want some more skill damage rest, you can run it on the Lunar Stone too. But this one is pretty good. Like if you want, this one gives you more damage and base damage pretty much. So I would really suggest this one because it just gives you more DPS overall. And it's gonna help you to like kill people and all that. So okay, Grid Seeker, we have it. Okay. Usually the bottom one, okay, the 2 is random. It really depends on what we need over here. So once we perfect the stats, we can go back to see which kind of artifacts do we need.
Okay.
So the number is not going to be as amazing with legendary, of course, right? Because with legendary, your number is going to be inflated. You have kind of the same stats, but you do have more hit and more crit depending on which one you want to go, and more heavy usually. So don't compare it with a legendary quest lock because it's just not gonna be the same, like realistically, right?
Okay.
So, but this is more like a doable build and like the close feature that like that's gonna happen pretty much. So I would really suggest like trying to see if this build can like work better. The reason why we go weaken resist because there's a lot of endurance shredding kind of debuff in this game. Lightning infusion from Shadow Dancers, staff skill that can what do you call that? Heal cut you pretty much. It's one of the it's those stuff kills you way quicker than a one shot than something that one shots you. Because the moment you get heal cut, your healer can't help you. Your HP is just gonna be ticking slowly but surely. So you just need to have quite a good amount of weaken resist. So that's why like there's a lot of weaken resist traits that I took over here. And then on the cuffs, I do take it on the resonance effects. Same thing over here too. Rune
Okay,
wise,
collision chance.
yeah, this one we can resist. I think we can resist is like I will like personally I will prio we can resist over collision chance because we can resist help you survive. Collision chance, yes, you can push some people, but in the end of the day, you can still push like a lot of DPS without even building a lot of collision chance because inherently you just have a lot of collision chance because of the amount of perception you have. So
Okay.
if there's like a trade-off, like let's say this one, like weaken resist or collision chance, you kind of want to go weaken resist every single time because weaken resist helps you survive and collision chance only helps you like push people, which only happens like when you do rising slash anyway. So yeah, collision chance over here. We can resist. Okay, we can resist 2 over here, which is good. All right, so there's 2 types of build 2 for endurance. One is depending how much you're targeted by shadow dancers, because from my experience personally playing Gladiator, you kind of get targeted by a lot of shadow dancers, and if you
Okay.
position yourself well, you're actually not getting damaged by too much magic damage. So, like in my experience at least, I would like I would usually drop the magic and put more on melee instead.
Okay.
It really depends on your preferences though. Like if you want more of a balance endurance, then this will be it. But if you want more melee, then pretty much all you gotta do is go to Rezo and just change every single one to melee. Change this one to melee. Change this one to melee. Melee. Range is not important, trust me. Even like you're gonna feel like you're gonna be dying a lot to expose, but that's just because they're running bonus damage. Like you can't do
Okay.
anything about it. They're still gonna kill you even if you have like 4K endurance, 5K endurance. They're still gonna kill you if they put on the proper rotation because that's just how Expo is. But you can Q block them and like negate like 70% of the damage that they do anyway. So that's one way to deal with them. But yeah,
So for the future, I will look to change the belt and the ring, right? And also the
so for
earrings.
like let's say because this is the really close version of the build, the one that you have right now. Pretty much everything
Uh-huh.
on this thing you kind of have it, right? You have the cape,
Yep.
you have the rings, you have the earrings, you have the bracelet, you have the necklace, you have sorry, actually, right? You do have the earrings, you do have everything
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
aside from
Yeah.
belt and maybe
Yep.
headpiece. I don't know if you have
No, I
found.
have the headpiece.
Okay,
Yeah,
you have this one, right? Okay.
I have.
Yeah, so pretty much everything are really close to what you have. So this
Uh-huh.
is what I would suggest you running because in the end of the day, the one that you're gonna be missing is probably this one, the cloak. But
Yeah, it's pretty bad, mine.
you can actually change. Uh, you can change the what do you call that? Like the cloak doesn't affect the stat of the game. Like if you have everything at plus 12, this is what you're gonna have even if you have the cloak at level 4 because cloak doesn't give you any stat at all.
Okay.
So it's like your end game, like your build are pretty much gonna be finished before you finish the cloak.
起きろ。
So
Okay.
the cloak is like you don't need to worry too much about it. I mean level it up like on the way, but like you don't need to worry about it like as much. But hold on, let me just see if I can adjust some of the damage. Perception. That's fine. Okay, now you have like 2.7k endurance before buff, right? Because
Yep.
you have some mastery buff that gives you pretty much when you rush, you get some buffs. Like when you dash. I mean, it's this mastery right here. So the moment you unlock this mastery, I know it's gonna take a while for you to unlock the masteries, but with all the
Yeah.
events that's coming up and all that, there's one battle pass that I don't know if you probably bought it already. There's one battle
Yeah.
pass that gives you like a shit ton of like weapon mastery XP. So you pretty much want to take that and just make sure every time you token burn, you always token burn with
With food.
yeah,
Yeah.
with food. Yep. And then you're pretty much gonna be 200 in no time. Let's see what else can I adjust with this.
I mean, for the future, I should change the earrings, right, to the teardrops
Earrings. So it really
for the future.
depends. So it really depends. Like this one right now is really good. I would say. Like it's not. Of course, it's not the best, but the difference with Gilded, it's
Okay.
so minor to the point where you actually don't really need to pay attention to it right now, because
Okay.
the moment you're gonna be like let's say you're gonna be finishing this build in like 2 months. Okay, if you change it to Gilded beforehand, there might be a chance that they're gonna they're gonna be releasing a legendary accessories, and me, like, I have no idea where that's gonna go on, like what kind of accessories that you're gonna be taking off for that. My what I'm thinking is actually earrings might be one of the good one to change, because you have so little options for earrings. So it really depends. I would say just wait. Just
Okay.
farm on Nebula. Don't rush it. Don't rush to change it, because this one still gives you perception in the end of the day, and it still gives you sight heavy attack evasion. So it's still a really good earrings to help you survive and like do damage, because it gives you so much hit in the end of the day.
Okay.
So this one you
Okay.
pretty much have
That's good.
this one pretty much you have 2.9k hit by end game, which is still a rough number, because artifacts we don't like. I'm not putting any artifacts number at all. So this could be like at least like 200 higher easily. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. And also, the what's the name of this one?
I haven't saved this one. I gotta save it and then I can link it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, this one we can save this one. So for now, since you buy a lot of stuff already,
Yep.
just focus on leveling in it. Focus on growth stones. That's pretty much it. Don't I would say don't really try to buy too much of a new gear right now, because the main important scale up that you can get from, like, especially if you finish this build, is really minor. Like, let's say if you change this build, like some of this, like let's say you change the earrings to Gilded, like it's not worth the amount of lucent that you paid yet, because
Okay.
the what's more worth right now, it's pretty much the level, because right now you don't have it at like max level still. So just max it out first, max out everything, and then after that, like maybe in like, I don't know, it really depends on what kind of event that they're dropping for growth stones. Like, I don't even know myself like how much growth stones are people gonna be getting. You know what I mean?
I think I'm gonna finish this build like in 2-3 weeks, because I've been farming a lot of polished crystals, and I've been
Okay,
buying a lot
okay.
of powder. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, you can just just message me again after a month, and then we'll
Okay.
see how the meta feels like after that. Cause like in this game, like in a month too, depending on what the devs does, it can change. It cannot change. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I know.
And then, so if we're talking about mastery, the only thing that you need to take is, so if you have a pocket healer with you and you're playing with a healer, you can get rid of Blade Harvest and actually go this one for perception balance.
Okay.
So this one actually gives you collision. It gives you like
Collision, yeah.
200 on max level. So this is good. And then that's if you have a pocket healer. Usually I put this over here, because if you don't have a pocket healer and you're just farming Nebula, or you're just doing PvE, this is the best one for sure. But this one
Okay.
gives you more collision if you have a pocket healer and all that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
what I would say to
Okay.
change it is this one too. You might want to take this mastery, Swift Execution, because you have Cordy. You're gonna be playing Dead Blow. What
Yep.
this skill does is pretty much allow you to move while you charge your Cordy. So, and then the moment you take this, you can get rid of this. Actually, you can get rid of Fortified Unity, and just get rid of this part. Then you can do like say this. This might be this workout. This is gonna work way better for you. And then for this one, I think. All right, so this is a bit tricky, because if you want more damage, you go Explosive Force. But the problem, what I noticed personally when I use the Lulu Spear, is that that spear is not a damage dealing spear. Like in terms of like Rising Slash, because before, if you use Rising Slash, like if you use it on a Shadow Dancer before you have the Lulu, it feels like a guillotine before, because
Okay.
you're popping like a burst stack and burning stack from the opponent, and it usually does a lot of damage on the opponent. It's like you kind of finish the kill with it. But the moment you have the Lulu, it's more of a crowd control skill now. So that's why I don't really recommend taking this, because it's just really hard for you to proc the damage on Rising Slash. Especially if you have Cordy, I would say just play the damage around your Cordy. Don't play your damage around Rising Slash. Yes, have Rising Slash, but don't spec too much into it. I would say just get the range and just consider it as a push skill.
Yeah, that's more like the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, you use it for push, you isolate them, you dead blow them, they die. It's that easy. Alright.
Okay.
And then, okay, this one you don't want to take this unlimited arsenal because it's gonna screw you over. You want to get rid of, which one should I get rid of? Maybe this one and this. Okay, this one is what you want to go for. Malik's Master, and this one, because if you have a lot of endurance, you can proc this heavy attack quite a lot.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. How much crit do you have in this build? 719? That's not bad for anything. I will try to push crit to 1000 with artifacts, but it really depends on the build. Because
Okay.
in the end of the day, you still want some sort of crit. Reason is because, like, yes, you can hit them, but like when you hit them, you want to make sure you can also crit them so they can actually die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. More damage basically.
Yeah, more damage basically. True. Yep. And then skill wise, okay, skill. This is the weird one. I'll make a new one. Cordy. I'll just write Cordy. Okay, so this one, the obvious one. This one. That blow you need. Devastating you always need. Precision dash you need. Stun you need. Ascending you need. Okay, you might want to use the Finchy because how slow attack speed is.
Okay.
So you might want to consider that. Then, okay, last one is kind of tricky. It really depends on your playstyle though, because like it's really hard for me to build some of this build because some people tend to have like a different habit of playing. So it really depends on how they like how. But this is pretty much the one that you kind of need to run is like all of this, and then the last one you can like run whatever, like whatever skill you like. If you like that from the above, you can run it. If you like Cyclonic Fury, you can run it. If you like more stunts, you can run Abyssal Cleave. Okay, Q block. I would say you run Spear. The reason is, I know Greatsword is quite good, but Spear Q block pretty much counters Expo. Like if you Q block with this and you manage to hit perfect, and then you click your Q block again, it's gonna do like an animation where it's like where it spins the spear around you, and then that one pretty much like if an Expo hits you when you do that, it's gonna kill them instantly. Because like based from my experience, I kill Cordy spinners with it. I kill Expo's user with it. It's just like it's just an Expo counter if you actually like proc it well.
Okay.
So if you find yourself with an Expo user, just practice the Q block and just like you're gonna be killing them without even touching them with this. Just trust me on that. And then passives. This one is a tricky one too. This. No, you want base for sure. Actually, I think this might be it. This might be the play for passives. I'm gonna save it under Cordy, so if you wanna like check it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna spec. I think it's kind of clear for spec. This skill damage? No, this one is this. Enforcer. Da Vinci. Okay. Okay, that blows your main spell, so you always want to have everything. Because from what I heard, I think the spore damage still stacks based on your charge. So it's still a really good skill to have. Dash. I think that's it. Wait, how much points you have left? 6. Oh, Blood Leech. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you have one skill that you haven't taken yet, so if you want to play around with it, you can always play around with it. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. I think with this, you're pretty much set in the near future for at least one more month before they shake things up again with like, I don't know, September they're planning on making like BGs and all that, but you're gonna be BG ready with this for sure.
Okay.
Because even if you think people have like that much like more difference, like if you take a look at some of the quest logs, like hold on, let me save this and I'll copy paste this to you, so you can see, so you can have it. But yeah, like if you think some people are gonna be doing like crazy numbers, like let's say this one, not this one. Let's say like this one is like, oh no, this one is melee evasion. Oh wait, this one is, sorry, not this build, not this quest log. Like if you think people are gonna be, like if you think everyone's gonna be running things like this, like perfectly, it's not really gonna happen. Like if I'm gonna be honest with you, it's still gonna take a while because some like right now from what I heard, a lot of people kind of fucked it up where they actually spend their unlock stones for these traits underneath. So that's where they make a mistake. So in the future, if you do wanna like, if you're confused on which things that you gotta prio, if you wanna like spend your unlock stones on like legendary gear, my suggestion is always spend it on the heroic trait first. So heroic effects comes first, and then heroic traits underneath here comes later. But pretty much all the heroics you need to do first, because regular traits you can always buy them, and compared to these two, they're cheaper. Heroic effects, you can't buy them. You pretty much can't pay to win this. You need to have like, I think 1600 total if you're missing 2 heroic effects. Same thing with armor. Heroic effects is the prio, and then traits are pretty much like the last thing you wanna like unlock. And from what I see, a lot of people fucked up because they think, oh, heavy attack is expensive. Let me just trade that so I don't need to pay for heavy attack. But like if you see heavy attack on the heroic traits, it's like 290. Compared to 80, it's worth nothing. And the way you unlock it, it's the same. Like you're spending the same amount of resource to unlock these two. So that's where I think a lot of people fucked up and they were rushing it. But and then this one is always gonna go cheaper. Heroic traits, like regular traits, are gonna go cheaper and cheaper because people are gonna be farming them every week. And then they're gonna be selling them if they don't need it anyway. But yeah.
Wow. I mean, the cloak that I have is pretty bad. It's skill damage raise, attack speed, melee defense, max mana, crit hit chance.
Oh, you mean like the heroic cloaks that you have?
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
See. Which one is it? Let me see again.
This one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you have the crits. Yeah, the crit is not good too. But I would say leave the crit until the last, and then just change max mana first, and then melee defense, and then
go on
and so on.
Okay.
But You can sync it for sure. The moment you unlock sync, just sync the you actually you have quite high level of armor already. Because the one you sent me was like no level, so I thought you were still.
Oh no,
behind
yeah,
the first
that was like the set of the Vanguard.
I see.
I already have the traits there, but with not level. So
Okay,
I'm still living on these ones.
Yeah, you just sync it pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll
Pretty
do
much.
it.
All right.
All right.
That's about it.
Thank you, man.
Yep. If you need any more questions, just feel free to DM me or just.
Yeah.
message on
I'll
stream or
send you
anything
a
like that.
message when I finish this.
All right, bro.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Take care.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.